Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's get on up to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. For the call, we bring in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by... Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We've got this.
On first down, Flacco. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. The sixth season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his fourth in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. On second and 11 now. Flacco under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Colts under second-year coach Frank Reich. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
First down, Brissett. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Pick 6, baby. Let's get this all day.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jeffrey Simmons in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. obviously pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 47's the mark, boys.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. But it's going to be 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Walker able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, go Mike.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Breon Body Calhoun, a sack coming off the corner blitz. On 3rd down, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A pass there complete to Sutton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Denver has the 1st down, the play going for 15 yards. On the ground, it's Reddick. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd and 7, Flacco. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Flacco looks to throw. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right?
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, Wow.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken from the 7. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Harris Campbell, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Riddick. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Tight down. There you go.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. The 30, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. He's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Flacco on the crossing route, complete. That's Sanders. You think back to 2018, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Looking for Campbell downfield. It got his man complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Caught left side by Funchess. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Into the air once more, it's Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the deep...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Brissett. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now Brissett on fourth down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up 1st and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Brissett. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Sanders has it over the middle. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Well, that's Garrett Bowles, the former first-round pick, the guilty party. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's Flacco. That's complete to Jake Butt. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Flacco. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Colts to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row.
Hey, ready? 47's the mic. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47.
A first down throw for Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brissett. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell, and that'll bring up second down.
Mike 34, Mike 34.
A second down throw for Brissett. Caught left side by Hilton. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Brissett again. Funches has it complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Again, it's Brissett. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 34 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A reminder later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series. A rematch of the very first AFL-NFL championship game. Later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead. And that should be a fun one. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And fights through one man. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Jeffrey Simmons in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
He's coming, double up.
Now Brissett. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Brissett. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Flacco, and almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch 80.
Now Flacco. Complete out right to Jake Butt. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Flacco. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Passing play, Flacco. Anthony Walker coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Flacco from the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Brissett to throw on first. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The throw taken in by Hamilton. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Brissett sets to throw it. Throw left side on target to Kane, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Check, 47.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On 2nd and 7, Brissett. And he whips that one incomplete there. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Watch the run. 47 Mike. Mike, 47.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Flacco. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To pass, Flacco. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Flacco. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
You better bring it. Hey, check back 30.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. Ebron caught left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Brissett. Ebron's got it. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett shedding through the defense. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. Third and long for Joe Flacco.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Flacco looks to throw. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. From the 15 now after the sack. It's third and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it third and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Now Flacco. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
They're going to look to throw on fourth with Flacco. Going to throw deep for the ends. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. That'll bring up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charlie, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now Brissett on fourth down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. They look to throw on first and 10 with Flacco. Throw left side. It's reeled in by Hamilton. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Here's Flacco. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. They convert on third with a gain of 22. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.